Let's talk about what's next for Ranked. An update to ranked distribution, promos, and the introduction of a new ranked tier. Because that's what we need, Riot. Another tier. Removing visible rank influence in matchmaking. We still believe this was the right move for returning players. Basically, anyone not playing a bunch of games at season start, but have heard you on the pain of more Smurfs in your games. We knowingly made the trade-off of more Smurfs in regular games for the returning player experience with this change, but definitely aren't happy with the current impact of Smurfing. I'm sorry, but at first glance, we knowingly made the trade-off of more Smurfs in regular games for the returning player experience. Feels like that's just always the wrong choice. More Smurfs? More Smurfs? Why would you knowingly allow more Smurfs into games? I think most everybody can agree that having Smurfs in your game only makes the experience worse. So I can't understand, just at face value, the logic or thinking that would allow you to then execute on a change which would support that. So yeah, but again, we'll read further. I'm sure they've got more info, but to me this seems a little ridiculous. Earlier in the season, during 13.4, we made it easier to move both up and down in rank so that your rank journey is more eventful. We accomplished this, but with a few side effects that we're evaluating. Increasing LP variance shorten the initial journey to your rank, where you can start to experience LP losses that are greater than LP wins if your MMR isn't near the level of your rank you're trying to climb to. This is a really bad experience we want to address, but it does serve an important purpose, preventing rank inflation and maintaining ladder integrity. But Riot, you say the ladder is inflated. It is accurate that there are more players at high ranks, but important to note that we didn't change the MMR requirements to sustain those ranks between 2022 and 2023. With the faster LP progression, players are reaching places they would end up anyway over time, just more quickly. Good. That said, the original design of Masters Plus didn't account for such a high population, and it has steadily been increasing over the years. There's probably improvement to make to the progression experience when the next milestone for a Master 2 player is Grandmaster at 800 LP away. True. I can definitely see how disincentivizing it is to keep playing when you hit Masters knowing that you have to climb 800 LP just to get a rank change. I actually do think that percentage-based tiers is kind of the best way to do it. In my opinion, that's the best way to do it. Like, you should literally just cap the top 3 tiers at percentages, right? So if you say, like, Challenger, in my opinion, I mean, I guess top 100, top 200, top whatever, but you should also kind of, like, choose those numbers based on a percentage. So I don't really care if the display, the way you're displaying the value is, hey, Challenger is just always going to be top 0.1%. So therefore, if the player base is this big, it's actually this many people. And if it's this big, it's actually this many people. I'd be fine with that system, personally. I understand that for some people, the idea that then the player base changing can literally push me in and out doesn't make a ton of sense. So the next best thing is to set a set value, an absolute number of people, right? So if roughly 0.1% of the player base is 100 people or is 200 people, then make that the Challenger cutoff. So Challenger's 200, the next 200 are Grandmaster to make 0.2% or whatever, and then the next however many people are Masters. What's coming next? So here, okay, let's talk about some actual changes. Hello, systems lead, blah, blah, blah. All right, historically, League has had a very bottom-heavy distribution of rankings, setting aside Iron at the bottom and Diamond Plus at the top. Most other competitive ranked games have the equivalents of Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Platinum roughly similar in size. This means that Bronze and Silver represent below average / average, and Gold and Platinum represent above average and very good players respectively. However, our ranks are typically biased low, with more than 60% of players typically in Silver and Bronze. You can think of it like this. Compared to most games with similar ranking systems, we label a significant portion of players one tier lower. We're changing that in Split 2, and distributions are going to move to a more even percentage split, centering around Gold. With this change, ranks should better match the meaning you've come to expect elsewhere. Okay, that seems positive. What's interesting is it's not going to change your overall placement within the scope of players. If you are already the 50,000th best player, you will still be the 50,000th best player, but that just might be plat instead of gold now or something like that. So a lot of people are going to see their ranks change and, move in the upward direction, so it'll feel good. That's the story for the main ranks, but what about Diamond and above? It's important to us that the highest ranks retain the exclusivity and prestige they historically had, so we're not changing anything about those ranks and how they're distributed. That said, flattening the curve without compensating somehow would result in significant inflation in Diamond. In order to mitigate this, we're adding a new rank, Emerald, which you may recognize from League of Legends Wild Rift. So, I mean, I'm very blech on this change, whatever. It's just another tier. Personally, I think there are too many. I think instead of adding Emerald, you could have just made Platinum, like, just shorten the curve, right? Like, so they basically, as you can see here, they're flattening the curve across Silver and Gold. Flatten the curve across Silver and Gold and just make Plat the step down. So now that we're clear on the philosophy shift, how are we going to be resetting ranks between splits? We're doing what we call a partial reset. This works like the typical resets you're used to, but with your initial reset being smaller than usual, effectively starting you at a higher rank than you would have started in prior resets. Good. I think it's ridiculous to hard reset people like every 6 months. So at least it's a soft reset. I personally don't know about y'all. I'm not the biggest fan of a split 1, split 2 thing. I guess I'm also a player that doesn't care that much about rewards. So I can kind of see how, like, you like splits if you like rewards. Like, because you're going to invest time, get some rewards, reset, invest time, get some rewards. I personally don't care that much about the rewards. I would be fine still being in a 1 split or in a 1 season per year kind of situation. That way I don't have to get soft reset in the middle of the year and rank back up. But obviously, Riot's a business. They need to keep people playing. So the whole reason why they do this is because they want to give you a reason to play in the first 6 months of the year. And just about when you'd be fatiguing out of the game, we're going to reset you and give you more of a reason to play the game. Lowering placement games from 10 to 5, as you've already gone through placements once a season. And we're resetting the ladder more gently. Okay, great. So, I mean, part of a soft reset. This is pretty standard. Usually when you do a hard reset, you play more games for placement. Then you do a soft reset, you go to 5. This is not new stuff, to be honest. We are removing promotion series. Thank the Lord. Promotion series have long been a divisive element of the ranked climb. Promotion series were meant to add drama and stakes to important moments in your league career. They didn't. They added undue and unreasonable stress for no reason. All in all, good stuff, right? To me, it's a lot of no-brainer stuff. What's funny is that might just make our push to Diamond a lot easier, because if I read this all correctly, right, we're kind of like anywhere from Gold 3 to Gold 1, depending on the day. It sounds like we'll probably almost bump a full tier. So we'll be anywhere from Plat 3 to Plat 1 on the day after these changes. And then we're just trying to make our push through Emerald and into Diamonds.